You know, hey, I try to make it fun, try to make it exciting for the community, something that we can do here. Let's get it going. Let's get it going here. Guys, your boy Willie's Power Ranking is going to be coming in. Just a little start of the stream. All right, Castle is still top 5. Castle is still top 5. There's just some companies. I got to get Booga Flew off of there, though. I heard Booga bullied off of this server. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. You hate to see it, dude. Let's go. BORPA, yeah, maybe so. Guys, number 5. Number 5 going to be coming in there. And guys, I got Valid. Okay. Look, number 5. This is a hard spot. This is a hard spot. I put the boys on here. This is a hard spot, though. Not gonna lie, guys. 5 could have been a lot of companies. I feel like it could. This fifth spot is hard. I feel it could be a lot, but I think Valid had a really good week. They have multiple wins in defense, in Weaver's Fin, and taking it to fort against Handsome Blokes and MD is a good look. They're getting active more, and you love to see it. Now, again, talking about Valid, I think they did look really good against Blokes. They had a hard time in the fort, but when it comes to the 5th slot this week, you know, there wasn't too much happening with a lot of other companies. There really wasn't. A lot of companies really struggling this week here. You know, to be honest, a lot of companies actually struggled. There was a few that definitely had, you know, met their stride, but I think Valid, I know that they didn't have the most successful, crazy defenses in Weavers when it comes to just what kind of a competition went their way, but still, they successfully defended it. They got multiple defensive wins and had a good war against Handsome Blokes. So I think Valid, you know, can still pull together a super solid roster. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that, guys. Let's go. So again, Valid holding down the 5th spot. Let's get it. I stand by it. Number 4, though. Number 4, we're going to be having Handsome Blokes. Handsome Blokes, dude, making a really good stand here on the power rankings from last week. I think they had a really good week here. You'd love to see it coming out for the Bloke boys. You'd love to see it, man. The Handsome Blokes, you know, the Handsome Blokes had a huge week. They struggled a little last week, leaving me and others wondering if they were going to be able to bounce back. They ended up taking Reekwater from Don't Panic and having a good defense against Valid and MD. Looking good for the Giga Chads. I'm excited to see them continue to war. So yeah, again, like I said, they had a bit of a rough week, but coming into here, you know, you know, it looked good. It looked good, man. You know, they a little bit of a struggle last time, but you know, they did take it from you know, Reekwater from Don't Panic, so that's a good look. They successfully held down you know, Morningdale with some good defensive wars and against Valid too. And yeah, so again, you know, a lot of people could have been like, oh, you know, Blokes might be leaving the server, this and that. You know, just whenever companies start losing, that tends to be you know, that tends to be kind of you know, kind of a saying here. So it is what it is, though. Blokes sticking around. We know, dude, these guys are handsome. Look at the chiseled jawline, man. Check out that art too on the bottom left. Super cool. Hey, Lunchboxing, thank you for the follow, man. Super cool on the bottom left, dude. I thought that was really cool. You just want to put that in there for him too. Somebody said from their company they made that, so I just want to, you know, hey, again, it's about the community here. I'm going to put that on here. So yeah, check that out, man. Shout out to them. But Blokes holding down number 4. Holding down number 4, guys. Let's get it. Number 3. And guys, number 3. We got BORPA holding down number 3, the 3rd spot. And I think, you know, and again, I know Blokes has more territories, but I think BORPA deserves the 3rd spot with how strong they're looking. And guys, BORPA's still looking hot. These guys come in with a lot of heat and are keeping it rolling. They had multiple defensive holding in B. Most notably, they had a defense against Copium where they didn't even let them get to fort. They have a lot of strength, and I'd love to see them on attack again sometime soon. So yeah, that's the thing about BORPA. They're holding down MB, and you know, some people could say, why not Blokes over BORPA, this and that? Well, you know, I think having a good hold against Copium, not letting them get to fort, is a really good look. It is a really good look coming out, you know, for the BORPA squad. And again, I want to see what they can do on the offense. They're holding down MB pretty well. So again, you know, BORPA coming in, a lot of the Just Business boys coming, you know, kind of merging with the group here. And again, they're on the right trajectory. So you love to see it. You love to see it. Let's go, guys. Number 2, guys. We have an idea, guys. Number 2, it's going to be the Dropouts, guys. It's going to be Dropouts holding down number 2 spot. I think the Dropout boys still deservedly hold down the 2nd spot here. Still hold it down, you know, the West Coast boys, the West Coast love. Dropouts had another good week. These guys have been climbing to the top and are finally in their stride. Now, they did lose to Supple and Windsor, but as we know, suck Fupple, but most still consider them to be the top competition to fight Supple. They still own First Light and Brightwood. The West Coast can feel good about the squad here. Maybe they can beat Supple, maybe. And guys, even after tonight, we saw Dropouts, being able to take Supple even to a single point. And we saw StatPad really struggling here, and it just goes to show, Dropouts might still be continuing to be the top competition to fighting Supple. So again, Dropouts holding it down. These guys doing a good job and in their stride. They're just completely in their stride at the moment. And I got a lot of respect, a lot of love for the West Coast boys. So let's see what they can continue doing. Guys. And guys, number one, who could it be, guys? Who could it be? It's Supple. It's Supple, guys. Supple holding down the number one spot. Holding down number one, guys. It is what it is. Supple gonna be making it happen. Supple again, big surprise. Look, we know these guys are going to hold down the top spot until someone can come through and actually beat their main roster. I don't ever see dropping them from this position. However, they did lose an Orofena, so GG, well played, Supple. Supple in shambles. So, just trolling on the Supple squad a little bit. Trolling on the Supple squad just a little bit, but, shout out to my Supple boys. They're still holding down the number one spot. These guys, absolute gods. You hate to see it, dude. They absolutely do not. You love to see it if you're Supple. You hate to see it if you're anyone else, man. These guys cannot get answered. We know the deal about Supple, though. Hey, man, shout out to them, though. They have some amazing players, so you'll love to see it, guys. Let's get into the next part, though. And, guys, we're going to be having Willie's company to look out for. Look, I had to put the black tuna up here. The fish people. They're really trying to shape up and make a name for themselves on the map. They're really pushing for a lot more wars, and I'm looking forward to seeing them progress. Look, I got to put my boys out there, right? They swapped the syndicate. They're pushing territories. They're trying their best. Got a lot of love for the fish people. I want to see them trying. To continue. Look, I want to show some love. I don't want it to all, I want to show some love to the, the companies that, they may not be finding a ton of success, but, when it comes to actually winning the wars, but they're actually putting in a lot of the effort when it comes to pushing things. So yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to the fish people. And guys, what do we have next? We got a Prim Poem. A Prim Poem, guys. It's not looking good. Some say it's looking grim. From Pluto to COS, we've always had Prim. Although the light fades, it appears to grow dim. You hear whispers in Eternum. No Prim, no win. had to shout out my Prim boys. A little Prim Poem there. Little Prim Poem, dude. Shout out to the boys. They said they weren't ready. They said they weren't. Dude, I wrote that. Dude, I got bars. Like, no, man, I actually make poems too, man. What can I say? Look, Willie does it all. But yeah, hey, just want to give Prim on the rankings. Prim on the rankings, dude. You love to see it. I had to get him on here. And guys, the hot seat, Copium is in the hot seat this week. What is happening with this squad? Internal struggles, roster problems, e-girls. They had a very rough week and weren't able to get to fort against BORPA, who just took their territory. So I don't know. It's looking rough for the Copium. Squad. They're definitely in the hot seat again. I feel bad. I feel bad for kind of for not having them slotted, but. In a week as a whole, it was a really rough week. The really rough week for the boys. So, I want to see them fight back. They're definitely strong. But, guys, you guys know Copium having a rough one. We'll have to see. Bench, this is the hot seat. I didn't want to put Copium on the bench. Guys, up and comers, Prim. I got Prim up and comers. Look, Prim is holding down all spots. I want Prim to make a comeback, dude. My boys. Prim on top. Come on. No, all right, guys. Hey, we gotta get the Orofena. I know they got a war coming up here, but let's get it going, guys. This is the map as of 8/11. As 8/11 here, 2022. 8/11 here at 2022. You love to see it. You love to see it, guys. But looking pretty balanced though. This is gonna be the end graphic. Supple, Dropouts, BORPA, Handsome Blokes, Valid. But guys, let's get into Orofena. Orofena top 5. Guys. Let's get going. This is the first time I've ever been in Orofena. So, guys, if you're from Orofena, shout out. Let's go. Let's go. Number 5, guys. I got
Let's go.
Scales of Seraphim. Look. Scales of Seraphim, had to put them at number 5 here. It could have been some other, look, I think they had a really good job in Brightwood defending a lot of attacks. A lot of attacks in Brightwood. Look, Scales of Seraphim now. I know there are going to be some people in the chat chanting Mercs, but hold up. They slot a decent amount of their own roster, and yes, Merc out the rest, but they can pull together a slotted roster and have held down Brightwood pretty convincingly. I'd like to see them on attack in the future, though, to see what their offense looks like. So, hey, look, like I just got, I think, again, I know the Merc conversation is out there, but shout out to Scales of Seraphim. They did a good job defending Brightwood a whole lot against, a lot of companies like Kaspari and others. So, looking solid for the scale. 90% Mercs. Oh, dude, I know, dude. All right, let's go though. It does not matter. I believe in the, the conversation of Mercs does not matter for me. They pull together a roster. Number 4, we have MASTA'S Pride. I got MASTA'S Pride number 4 here. I believe in the strength here on Orofena, holding down the 4 spot. MASTA'S Pride, they're looking solid. MASTA'S Pride had a rough week here, though. Just a few days ago, they had 3 territories. Now they're down to just 1. These guys are very strong, but have some issues when facing some strong opponents. They've lost Cutlass Keys convincingly to Egoed, but have had a successful defensive against other strong companies in the past. I'm excited to see their future. So it's it's rough right now for MASTA'S, but they get, I think they're a strong company. I think they definitely deserve the 4th spot. So you love to see it. You love to see it, man. And again in Orofena more, they lost to Ego, but they did have a split declare. So it's unfortunate that they lost 2 territories at once, but mad respect for them for keeping their siege timers at the same time. So respect for them for that. Respect to them for that. Let's go, guys. Number 3, guys, and we're going to be having tree throwing shade. Some tree throwing shade, guys. Got to have them in the number 3rd spot. Think they're doing pretty solid here. I think they're looking pretty good here on Orofena. Here. Let's go. Tree throwing shade, holding down the 3rd spot. From what I heard, a lot of this squad comes from Bird with the Grease. Shout out Ohono. They now own 2 territories here on Orofena and have shown success on attack and defense, taking Monarchs from MASTA'S and defending against companies like Kaspari and others. So, I think, again, it was hard for MASTA'S to defend against that double deck, but it is still a territory going in their way. And they own 2 territories now. They've successfully held down Morningdale. So you'll love to see it. The trees throwing some shade on the rest of the competition here, holding down the 3rd spot. You could argue that MASTA'S is above Tree. There is that, I was kind of looking, you never know. But as a week, when it comes to the week, I think MASTA'S definitely had a harder week here when it comes to them losing 2 territories. So I had to justifiably put Tree in that 3rd position. Here. You love to see a Tree coming in at number 3. Let's go. Number 2, guys. We got Ratioed. Holding down the 2nd spot here. Ratio, guys. These guys are looking good. You love to see it. Or Ratio coming in on Orofena, holding down the 2nd spot. Ratio's coming in with a close 2nd there. They own Everfall and multiple other territories here on Orofena. They can pull together a very strong roster. These guys have defended their territory well, but I like to see them on the offense more. I want to see how these guys look, facing some other tough competition too. But again, I think, Ratio's very clear cut here. I think they have a very strong roster. They're very good. They've successfully defended a lot of their territories. And yeah, very clear cutter for a number 2 rating here. It's not too much to say about them. They're just a very solid company. They got strong rosters, and also they're very, from what I hear, they're very generous with, getting slotted in other rosters as well. So shout out to Ratioed. They got to get a deck though. I want to see it. And guys, number one, it's going to be Mamooks. You just can't juke the Mamooks, guys. Mamooks going to be holding down the number 1 spots. You can't juke them. Guys. Mamooks, you can't get out of here. Juke's holding down the number 1 spot. I don't want to hear anything about it. You guys thought it was going to be Egoed. It's Mamooks. You guys are kidding me. Are you kidding me, guys? The Ahono gods themselves, you just can't juke them. You can't get out of the way. Mamooks on top. They're holding it down. There's nothing else you guys can do about it. Mamooks are absolutely popping off right now here on Orofena. They're coming in hot, and you love to see it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys. Number 1 spot, it's going to be Ego. It's going to be Ego holding down the number 1 spot. Ego holding in number 1 here for Orofena. Doing a really good job. These guys are absolute legends here. Ego is the strongest company here on Orofena. From what I've seen, these guys can win attacks and defenses very convincingly. Their fort game is extremely impressive, and they have given a ton of hope by beating supple alts 3 times in a row here on Orofena. They hold Windsword, and I'm not sure who can beat them. Ratio? We'll have to see. Shout out Ratio. Shout out Ratio. Maybe they can make it happen. We'll have to see. I was not paid. Dude. I see that. No, dude, it's just I got to bring that up because we saw tonight. This is why I prefaced it. We saw tonight what supple looks like on a main roster, guys. Don't cap. But Ego definitely holding in the #1 spot here. Holding in the #1 spot here on Orofena. So you love to see it. These guys are extremely good, and I wonder who can beat them. I wonder who could beat him here. Looking good from the Ego squad, the Ego boys. Let's go. Let's get it. And guys, going to be coming up on a little topic of conversation. Oh no, guys, since the merge, we have seen struggles come out from companies on the Hono server. Ghost appears to be the only company from Hono to get any territory. Kaspari has been struggling, and Mooks haven't been able to do much either just yet. I will be keeping up with them though, and hopefully they can see some success. So, Hono having a hard time since coming to the merge, having a real struggle here. So it is what it is though. I want to see them succeed. I want to see them get better. I know Kaspari is still out here grinding out wars. I know Mamooks has a war coming up in about 10 minutes. So we will be, we will be casting that. So yeah, man, you guys know how it is, man. Just want to, shout out to the Hono boys. And I want to see them get better. I want to see them improve. And then, guys, we got the map as of 8/11/2022. Map as of 8/11/2022. Looking good here on Orofena. And guys, that's going to be it. That is going to be it there. And also, guys, that is going to be ending my power rankings here, my top 5 weekly power rankings here for Castle of Steel and Orofena. So again, hey, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know sometimes, there's always controversy where like, hey, we should have this here, we should have this person there, this and that. At the end of the day though, hopefully you guys enjoy the content, man. I put a whole ton of work into it. And again, man, I put 4 to 5 hours this morning just getting everything together, trying to get this set up. So I really hope you guys enjoy it, man. I really put a ton of thought process and stuff into all this, and it's a lot of fun, and it's cool bringing the community together here and being able to do this weekly, and it's an honor, quite frankly. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being here, man. We're gonna be hopping into another shoutcast, but this is gonna be ending my top 5 weekly power rankings for COS and Orofena. Let's go.